This is Stars and Scopes with your friend Uma, updated every new and full moon with guidance based on planetary transits in the current sky and extra support from tarot. For accuracy, take a look at your rising sign first if you know it, and do feel free to listen to your sun, moon and rising if you'd like the full picture. If you're interested in your birth chart, check out the readings page at umaruby.com. And if you'd like to support the work, head over to buymeacoffee.com/umaruby and you can buy me a coffee. Finally, if you're a visual learner, look up Uma Ruby Tarot on YouTube and you can watch and learn. Okay, let's take a look. Hello Leo and Leo rising. Welcome to your horoscope for the new moon in Virgo, happening on August the 27th at 6:17 p.m. if you're in the Southern Hemisphere with moi. So, let's think about your talents. Let's think about your self-worth and your ability to turn a buck. Let's think about how practical you are about this. Let's think about your access to the earth in this. Let's think about the bottom line, the checks and balances. Let's think about all of your skills and your access and your ability to heal with your talents. You're a healer, Leo, and it's written all over your face. And I want to talk to you about that. Virgo, the term, the archetype, is an ancient one. And I think that the language is rapidly becoming antiquated and we don't need it anymore. Virgo, the virgin, purity, chastity, all of that stuff is from the old world. And a lot of this language is from the old world, but it develops as we develop and as we evolve. So when you think about Virgo from now on, I want you to think about the Hermit card. The Hermit is the one that draws away from society in order to be in nature and to be amongst the undeniable, unknowable rhythms of Earth. And they learn from planet Earth. They also learn from the cosmos and from the star. If you remember that in the Hermit card, they carry the star in their lantern, and the star holds all of the answers for humanity's future and for our destiny, for our hope, for the collective consciousness. The star is an alien in a lot of ways. They're not from here. The Hermit is. The Hermit is your talents. You know what to do with this and this and this and this and this and all of that stuff. And it's your access to your body and to your public use of that that makes you such a beautiful healer. You lead by example and you heal by example. So at this new moon, I want you to harness your Hermit energy. I want you to take a moment away if you can. If you can't, there'll be time for that. But ideally at this new moon, it'd be really great for you to just take some time alone and then to work with Luna, work with the planets, work with the plants, the grass, the mud, the shit, the dirt, work with all of that and call in the next bit of coin, call in the next example of your talents and where they're going to lead you. Call in that self-worth because that's essential for you, Leo. That's the lunation. That's what I want you to do with this lunar energy. I want to talk to you about Mars as well because Mars is playing a big part in this particular lunation, but also in Gemini for the next 7 months. So Mars doesn't stay that long in the sign normally, but because we're hitting a retrograde period, Mars has just entered Gemini at 4 degrees, will form a square with this lunation. So there'll be some pressure and then journeys back and forth in retrograde and forward motion for 7 months in Gemini. Unusual and workable. So for you, Gemini rules your 11th house, which is community and your friendships and your understanding of humanity. It's how you sort of gain knowledge, is through other people. And so Mars is going to be in there for all of this time, causing some real activation. I imagine there might be some public movement or some community action that you might be involved with, and you also might be the mouthpiece for Gemini messages, articulation. This square that's happening between the 2nd and the 11th, it will be a blip on the radar really, because the moon moves so quickly, but also because it moves so quickly and that it's just so happening that it's at exactitude at this new moon, we can't deny it. So let's go to tarot and let's have a look at what this means in pictures. So 4 degrees of Virgo, your 2nd house is the 8 of Pentacles. This to me is the card of commitment. It's the card of showing up. It's the card of craft and mastery. So as far as your talent pool goes, as far as what it is that you're doing with yourself and your money-making potential, how you turn a buck, how you gain abundance, how you give it back, all of that stuff is the 8 of Pentacles is being highlighted. So at this new moon, ask for that diligence, ask for that reinvigoration of ritual, of studio time. There we go. Maybe you're cooking up something new that has something to do with your sense of community, with your humanitarian scope. Mars at 4 degrees in Gemini is the 8 of Swords. So anxiety here. There's something that there might be, and there could be, with Mars sort of moving through that space for 7 months, collectively or otherwise, there could be some, we might be going through some need for forward movement, for some kind of leader, for some kind of activator. Now, this is exhausting me already to talk about it, because I don't know if you have the energy for it, but in some ways I think that you do, because you've been working so hard and you're on your stride, you're kicking it up, you're going forward, there's no turning back, you know what you're doing, you know your craft, you know it really well. So let's use this and let's move past this. I don't know if there's been misunderstandings or there's been different ways perhaps, and potentially there could be coming up that you're expressing yourself, or you're doing that in community that might be causing some spot fires, might be causing some dissent. Let's zoom out, let's hermit it, let's look at our star, and let's use the star as the guiding light. 11th Gemini for you, 11th Aquarius for all of us. Okay, that's a nice correlation for you to make, that your impulses and the way that you receive and transpose information and how you rely on your community for your knowledge and your intellect is echoed. Your immutable air Gemini, fixed air Aquarius, all of us, that's the way to go. So let's get hermity. Let's go to the hermitage at this new moon in Virgo. Yeah, let's go to the hermitage. Let's get you exercised and boned up and activated and limber. Let's get you in a space where this work that's going to come and going to earn you some coin too, babe. Don't you worry about that. And there's no shame in earning money. There's no shame in abundance. There's no shame in earning a buck or two off your talents, because you worked so hard. You deserve it. Let's step away. Let's realize that we are in full access to cutting this bondage away. These swords aren't circling us, they're surrounding us, but we can just lean to the side and cut that bondage off. Okay? So if you're being silenced, or if you're being whatever it is, if you're being interfered with by, low vibration community, then piss off. You've got 7 months to tell them to fuck off. That's the astrology. Do you like my antithesis to virginity, by the way? I've come to you tonight as PJ Harvey down by the water. You know what I'm talking about, Leo. Sheila Nagig. Let's get you some intuitive tarot and then I'm out. You're the last one that I've recorded and I've had the best time, but I gotta go. All right, Spirit, I need 3 cards for my Leo babes. You need to give me some guidance and some messages and some activation for this second house lunation. Let's think about Leo's talents and their skills and their ability, their groundedness in that space, their know-how. They are so talented and they do the work that they do to remind us all of who we are. That's something that Leo does really well. Okay, you're a healer. You're a healer. You're a talented healer. 3 cards, please. Got 2. One more. God damn it. I'm getting too excited. Okay, one more, please, because this is a good reading. I know what to say already. Or do I? The 3rd could change it all. Haha, no, I was right. All right. I got the Magician. I got the 7 of Wands. And I got the 6 of Pentacles. Let's use this moon for your magic. The Magician knows. Look at them. Look at them. They got pentacles. They got air. They got cups. They got... What's the 4th one? Wands. I'm sorry, I'm done. This energy knows how to work with the elements, to work with everything. Fire, earth, water, air. They know how to do it all and alchemize. This is your power. You can alchemize, Leo. This is what you're doing. No matter what kind of work it is that you do, I don't know. It's your talent lays in the marriage of the elements and understanding this magic. You're going to potentially come into a space of having to defend yourself. Have a look at that 7 of Wands. So you're going to have to defend your magic. You're going to have to defend your spirit. You're going to have to defend your integrity and your mission statement. I can see that coming up for you with some of this Mars in the 11th. It may happen. It's 7 months. It may start to happen. It may have happened already. But what we're going to do is bring you back, draw you back down into what you're doing it for in the first place. This is the 6 of Pentacles. To me, 6 says Virgo as well, because Virgo rules the 6th house in the natural zodiac. 6 Pentacles is about giving. It's about having enough and paying it forward and initiating that flow. And also when you're finding yourself in a moment where you need, trusting that your community has your back and that they will support you and give it back to you when you need it. It can be a really frustrating thing when belonging to a community that disappears when you need it most. That can be a really frustrating place to be. And I understand what you're feeling if that's happening to you. It might not be, but that's a message that's coming through here. You are going to defend your honor, your passion, your fire, your magic, and you are going to reach and move towards a space of community, a space of rhythm that is reciprocal. So you have enough, you give forward. When you need, you get back. That's what's going to happen for you, Leo. And the next 7 months with that Mars energy in the 11th is going to be sticky. But what we can do at this new moon in Virgo, in your 2nd, your talents, your self-worth, your access to abundance, we're going to call that shit in. And we're going to stick your feet in the mud and have you remember just how powerful you are. That's the reading. Thank you and good night. I love you. My name's Uma. You can go to umaruby.com if you'd like your birth chart read. Other than that, I'll see you in 2 weeks for the full moon in Pisces. Good night.